Hello, Hellfire Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy I Dawn of Souls, challenging the challenge tubers. And, this is our second episode of the bonus dungeons with our solo White Wizard. So I explained myself a little bit more in the first episode where we started with the Earth Gift Shrine. Today we're going to move on to the second of the bonus dungeons, which unlocks after you defeat the Fire Fiend, Merilith, or Carrie, or Carrie was her NES name, Merilith is her advanced name. After you fight her, though, you can't go to her dungeon immediately. You'll need to get the airship, and then fly to the Dragon Isles. So it does take us extra step to open this one up. You're gonna have to do the volcano and the ice cave at the very least to be able to access this bonus dungeon. And once you've got access to the airship, that means whenever you're thinking of doing... Oh, wrong one. Oh, I'm on the wrong island. It's an island with two, but it's this one. The Swamp Island. Whenever you're thinking... This one. Gee whiz, Blue. You're lost. You're drunk. Whenever you're thinking, maybe I should do the Hellfire Chasm, consider that you should at least have defeated the volcano and the ice cave, which means you've got the airship, which means you should probably have at least gold rings and protect rings. Protect rings and either gold rings or diamond armlets, whatever you want to call them. Or I guess they're actually not... No, diamond's opal. It's whatever they... Ruby, sorry. Ruby armlets is this version. And I would suggest before rushing into this dungeon, maybe going to the waterfall, getting a ribbon, and getting your promotion quest, so go to Castle of Ardeals, get promoted. So you shouldn't be worrying about coming here right after killing or beating the volcano. You should at least wait a little bit of time. Now, what I've got for this time, in the first video of our bonus dungeon challenge, I tried to explain a little bit about how different floor numbers had different treasure, and then the floor layout was randomized, basically, right? I tried to explain that in the first one. In the Earth Gift Shrine, because there was only 4 different floors randomized, it was fairly easy to show them all off in all the different orders. There's only 4 possible combinations, I think. As we get into the further dungeons, it gets harder and harder to do that. The fire level is 10 floors total, but floor number 5 and 10 are set boss encounters, so you don't have to worry about those. So that's 8 different random floors with different treasure. And I'm not going to be able to show it all off, so what I've done is I've got a little guide on the side, and I can tell you, on floor number 1, basement 1, you have the chance of getting the Cockatrice Claw, the Stamina Plus, the Remedy, the Hermes Shoes, or the Speed Plus from the treasure chests. But only if there are 5 chests available on the layout you got. Now, as it so happens, this is one of the maps that has 5 treasure chests. So we may get all 5 of those items. But you're not guaranteed by any stretch to get the world map version of basement floor 1, right? So maybe what you wanted was some rare item that's only on the 8th floor, and that's where you wanted the world map to show up. And that would just take some good luck or some RNG manipulation. So the purpose of this floor is to waste your time. I hate it. I think there's 2 or 3 different layouts, so it's not always identically the same, I think. There's a couple of new enemies. For the most part, if you're able to fight off the ice cave and the volcano, these guys should all be pretty easy. So for a solo run, there's probably some things that are dangerous, but for the most part, for a full party, you could do this right after you unlocked it without too much problems, I would say. Most of these enemies, at least on the first few floors, are all pretty weak. One of the trends you'll see, especially in the longer bonus dungeons, the difficult enemies will only unlock in the lower floors. So like once you're down to floor 30 something, that's where it gets really scary. So the top 5 floors, top 10 floors are usually not too scary. So yeah, this map, basically, we have to find a ship, generally. And then we have to find the pirate Bicky, because he's here for some reason. And then we have to find an airship. And then we can fly to the stairs out of here. So we got the ship. Yay. The encounter rate goes down a little bit over the ocean, so that's good. But now I gotta figure out where Bicky's hiding. And again, I have never really memorized these. Oh, Sahagin Queens. I might not be able to run. I think these guys are potentially unrunnable. So, you might want some sort of AoE to kill them quicker. Yeah. Not bad experience, honestly. At the normal level you'd come here at, those are probably worth fighting. Also, poison negas, I think, are worth a fair bit of experience. You know, we're such a high level, and the max level, it doesn't really matter much, but just, you know, just some commentary. I do think some of these enemies are pretty good EXP bags. So it's possible we'll find the location of the airship before we find Bicky. There's going to be some trees in a desert in a little formation. And unfortunately, you have to talk to Bicky first before you can actually get the airship. Even though you've already used the floater once and you know how it works. So anyway, I'm going to start throwing in some super speed. We're going to have to do this dungeon twice. So the Earth Cave we had to do 4 times. Or the Earth Shrine. We had to do 4 times to get all the 4 bosses done. For the Hellfire Chasm, you only have to do the whole dungeon twice to get all the bosses. But it's longer. It's twice as long, so it adds up. Isn't that where I got the ship, right? Like, I'm so bad at this map. I hate it so much. I'm probably looking for like one little isolated island with a port on it. That's pretty much for sure where the airship is, but there's a pirate somewhere. I'm just not seeing him. Death Elementals. I don't think you can run from Death Elementals either. Luckily, they will run from me. This looks like the kind of island he might be on. Did I not check this one out already? Oh, no, this is just connected. It's not an island. Don't lose your ship. You'll feel really dumb. Oh, where is he? I mean, he might be on a land route. Could be, like, oh man. There's a chest. Maybe this will be one of those 5 items I told you about. The Cockatrice Claw. Hooray! Is this just where we started? Or is this a different continent? Oh, there's the way out right there. You can see the stairs down, the pit. I'm pretty sure we're going to need the airship to get there, unfortunately. So yeah, this is my worst. This is the slowest floor of the 10 floors in the Hellfire Chasm. For me, anyway, this one's always the worst. I hate it. I never remember where to go. I'm pretty sure there's enough different layouts that you know, every time I try to memorize one of the routes through, I get a different map, and it's just garbage. Right there, maybe that island to the south. Maybe we can get there from around this. And the encounter rate just seems so brutal in here. Nope. Mountains just blocking my way. Alright. So now... Oh, that was this is where I thought might have been an island with a bit of swamp, but nope. And this is just back down to this spot again. Sheesh. No, I'm still just on the starting... I don't know what you call these things. What do you call... Like, this? It's not a continent. This is just, like, ridiculous land bridges everywhere. I gotta go find my way back up to my ship. It's probably right and up, isn't it? Or... I don't know. Thanks for the happy music soundtrack. I need it. Oh, there's my ship. Alright, so where the heck is this pirate? Does this connect up somewhere we haven't been yet, at least? I think this will take me to the airship, but I don't think I can get it unless we find the pirate. Sorry for the delay here. This is less than professional doing the same level for 10 minutes. I don't... Yeah, unfortunately, this is where I need to go, but in the wrong order. So there's just going to be a little island somewhere, and I just haven't seen it yet. I think. I mean, unless he's just connected off to the side somewhere, hiding in a corner. On the Maze bridges. The Maze land bridge. This is a really good start to the Hellfire Chasm. I'm really happy that I got this first. Sometimes it goes a bit quicker, but... Okay, this is it. It's just right... Like, look how close it is. Anyway, just talk... I guess it's not even Bicky, it's Thule. Anyway, all he does is tell you there's probably an airship. There's a rumor about an airship by some trees in the desert. So you're like, oh, yeah, you mean that tree in the desert we already found? Alright. So, like, if you go the right way, it doesn't take very long. If you go the wrong way, it takes for friggin' ever. It's just, I don't like these floors that go on so long like this. It's just, I don't, ugh. Anyway, now we can not fight random encounters, and you can explore the whole map. You can see that right from where I parked my ship. It was just right there in between. Now, there's supposed to be 5 chests, or at least the potential for 5 chests on this floor. I'm not seeing it. We got, like, 2 chests. So, I don't know. There's an island you can only get to with the airship. I think it maybe depends on the layout you get for the world map. Some of the layouts are a little bit different than this, and maybe they have more treasure chests. I don't know. Anyway, I'm out of there. Level 2, Fire. Fire is good because you don't get random encounters when you're in the fire. This is a big room. I think this is one of the other rooms that actually has a lot of treasure chests in it. Maybe not the maximum of 5. Oh yeah, seeing as I was supposed to be reminding people. Level 2, we're on the basement 2. This is not room specific, remember, this is floor specific. Floor 2 has Echo Grass, High Potion, Blue Fang, X Potion, and Bard's Tunic. So if you missed the Bard's Tunic in the Hellfire, or the Earth Gift Shrine, you might be able to find it here if you got lucky on the 2nd floor. Although there's a lot of dead ends that sometimes have treasure in it. And I don't see, there's 1 chest there at least. There's probably only a couple chests here right now. I'll try to pick them up just for fun, just to be thorough. Wow, 12 minutes in and I'm on the 2nd floor of the bonus dungeon on my first run. This is not good. We're going to be using a lot of speed hacks. Oh, there's that 1 more treasure chest. I almost missed it. A Bard's Tunic, look at that. Now, again, it's not always going to be there, and it depends on what your floor layout is, but technically, on the 2nd floor of the Hellfire Chasm, there's a chance at it. So there you go. Alright, floor 3 has Phoenix Down, Stamina Plus, those are kind of nice. Red Fang, Mind Plus, definitely nice. And Sage's Surplus, so that's the first new item. Sage's Surplus is armor for your mages that increases their intelligence, which is actually quite nice early on, although I believe they have less physical defense than the gold rings you probably have. But if you just want to go for maximum magic damage or, you know, curing and healing power, technically those will give us more efficiency with our spells, basically. So that is technically on the 3rd floor. Again, I wouldn't know how exactly to manipulate getting the right floor that has the right number of chests to get it, but it's technically on this map. Or, not this map, you know what I mean. Confusing myself just trying to explain it. So anyway, that's the 3rd floor, that's done. 4th floor has 700 gil, eye drops, Giant's Tonic, Turbo Ether, and Silver Apple. Nothing terribly valuable. The Turbo Ethers are nice, but nothing to worry about. The gimmick for this floor is there's no encounters, I think, except for on the sparkly tiles. And the sparkly tiles are spike tiles, or whatever you want to call them, guaranteed encounters. But unlike on the Purple Forest in the Earth Shrine, you don't have to kill them. You can just run away, I think. So, anyway, that was 4th floor. That was nice and quick. You start the floors sometimes in random locations, so sometimes they're longer, even if you know where to go, just because there's more to walk. So the floor 5 is our first boss floor for the Hellfire Chasm. We're just going to do the southernmost ones first, for no specific reason, and then we'll do, on the next run through the fire bonus dungeon, we'll do the one on the north. I should save it just in case, but I think we'll be fine. Generally speaking, I'm not too worried about the first 2 bonus dungeons bosses, but it's good to be safe, right? So, Ignacio, the Water Fiend from Final Fantasy IV. That's pretty cool. I don't remember this guy being particularly dangerous, but we'll see what he's got. Haste means if you didn't have access to Blink or Invisibility, he might be doing a lot of damage. Maybe. He's got to have some sort of icy water attack. He's got to have, like, Tidal Wave or something. Or I'll be upset. Tsunami's in, like, Chaos has some water attacks, right? Anytime now. There's Tsunami. How much damage does that hit us for? 183. If you're too low a level, you'd be taking more damage than that, and that could definitely hurt. But if you've got access to Heal-A-Ga, you can probably heal through that kind of stuff with a normal mixed party, as long as you've got a white wizard for good healing. That won't be too difficult to handle. There we go. Water Fiend from the other Crystal Fantasy. Done. Now, unfortunately, we're not just out yet. If you don't want to continue, you go through the portal and you can just exit. But we're going to get at least one time through here. So, floor 6. So I told you guys about... Oh, did I? Yeah, I told you the 4th floor. So now we're in the 2nd set of floors. Like, combat floors, basically. So floor 6. We have access to Blue Fang, Strength Tonic, Luck Plus, and the Thieves' Gloves. Now, the Thieves' Gloves would be kind of neat if you had a Thief. Probably not as good as the Protect Ring. I think the Protect Ring, instant death protection, and like 8 defense is probably better. But, oh, well, I didn't even explore it. But theoretically, on this floor, you might be able to get the Thieves' Gloves. That's the only item on here on the 6th floor that I would worry about trying to get if I had a Thief that was not a ninja with better equipment. Alright, Hellfire Chasm 7. This floor has 150 gil, High Potion, Fairy Tonic, Hermes Shoes, Twist Headband. The Twist Headband is like Monk or Ninja, I think, can equip them. And it gives them a little bit more like strength bonus. Also, you're always taking damage on this floor. The little flashing, that's just taking damage. So standing around talking is maybe not the best idea. I think I went the wrong way, actually. Although, maybe not for treasure. So yeah, floor 7, now that we're kind of in the bottom half in terms of numbers, these are the floors that are more likely to have the good treasure as a general rule. Like the unique equipment stuff, not just boring old ethers and stuff like that, you know. So, yeah, 6 had the Thieves' Gloves, 7 had the Twist Headband, and some other junk, of course. But you need to get them on the maps that have 5 chests, apparently. And I don't know which ones those are. And then you've got to explore the whole floor. And I'm not always going to do that. So yeah, this one is kind of like a big giant U shape with bats that block you while you burn to death. If you follow the U all the way up along this side, you will eventually get to the stairs. There it is. Alright, floor 8. We're almost done. Floor 8 has 250 gil, a blue curtain, a power plus. Those are really nice. One of the best. Power plus and intelligence plus, or whatever they call them, mind plus. They're the best, because power gives your fighters more base damage, raw damage, and then mind plus gives your mages more raw spell damage. So the power plus is nice, and the Sage's Mitre. This is the 2nd time we've seen a chance for the Sage's Mitre. Or no, sorry. One was the Sage's Surplus. That's the armor for mages that gives you intelligence. The Sage's Surplus is the helmet for mages. Now, unfortunately, that slot is almost always taken by a ribbon for status protection being so good. I'd like to show it off, though. I'll just have a look. Maybe there's a lucky chest up here. This is a nice, easy floor. It's pretty linear. There's not really a lot of splits. There's that 250 gold. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so there's only 3 chests on this map, at least for today, and we did not get lucky. So that's the trouble, is the treasures that are in like the 4th or 5th slot in the list. Like, remember, like the order I read the treasures in is kind of important. We found, like I said, it goes 250 gold, blue curtain, power plus, sorry, white curtain, 250 gold, blue curtain, power plus, Sage's Mitre. And those are, I think, the order the chests spawn in, so you have to have 5 chests to get all the way down to the Sage's Mitre. I believe that's how it works. Anyway, 9th floor, the last one with random loot, has Emergency Exit, Giant's Tonic, Ether, Soma Drop, and the Warhammer. The Warhammer is actually quite strong for a white wizard. It's probably one of her strongest physical weapons, not counting the Mazmune. But it doesn't give her any intelligence buff or anything cool like Thor's Hammer or Mjolnir doing Lightning 2 on use. It doesn't have access to cool spells, but it's just a pure physical damage hitting hammer. And maybe we'll get lucky and find it up here in the room. But I think it's the 5th chest, so again, you need a room with 5 chests. Giant's Tonic, emergency exits, ethers. Now, the emergency exits, again, those are quite nice if you're playing as a non-red or white mage party. Or black mage. I guess anyone that can't cast warp or exit, just to give you a way of getting out to bring treasure with you, or just quick escape from a dungeon so you can not be stuck there forever. It was more valuable in the NES version where you couldn't just save it anywhere you wanted. I guess that's it, just the 3 chests, unless I missed something. Because this is the last floor, I'm just going to take one more loop around back, because I don't think I went this way to start. I'm pretty sure there's 2 floors, 2 layouts in the Hellfire Chasm that have 5 chests. I thought this was one of them, but maybe I was wrong. Apparently there's not 5 chests here today anyway. Sadly. It has a treasure room with 3 treasures. Maybe that's all I was thinking. Alright, well let's go deal with another boss. So, 2 more. We've got access to 1 up and 1 down. We'll take the southern one again because we started with southern routes. And probably should heal up and save and all that. Alright, Barbaricia, the Wind Fiend. Can you guess what Final Fantasy we're dealing with? Now, luckily, we don't need a Dragoon that can jump to take her out of her whirlwind. But I believe she's actually one of the more dangerous fiends here. More than Ignacio. She hits a lot harder. So we'll do our blink trick. Now, I suppose you could try doing some statuses on her. I don't know, like... I think Ray causes you to turn to stone. So again, not a good time to show up if you don't have access to ribbons or the Aegis shield. A lot of the optional bonus bosses have really nasty statuses, so going early before you have status protection is, like, bad. Is there any other spells that might have some effect here? Just for fun, basically, I'm trying to... Probably not. I guess you could try to silence her, but that's about it. There's her wind attack. So that'll probably hurt. Same one that Chaos has. I mean, that's one thing, you know, the low-level bonus dungeons, the Earth and Fire Shrines, both had access to, like, end-games enemy abilities. We had Flare on one of them, we had Tsunami and Cyclone. Those are all, like, the very final bosses of the basic game, so... Anyway, I just thought that's kind of neat to show off. Again, at this level, with 999 HP and pretty good magic defense, it's not so dangerous, but at lower levels, you know, that's... I mean, this could easily hit you for like 400 damage to your whole party, so... Beware. Alright, let's just wipe her out. I don't think she's got so many HP that we won't win in a few rounds here. Actually, she seems to have a lot of HP. Alright, well, we got Barbaricia down. 2 Fiends completed, and Braveheart. So again, we don't really get any use out of this, unfortunately. But if you had a Knight, or even a Ninja, it might be a valuable weapon. In fact, if I remember correctly, this is better than the Defense Blade or similar tier of weapons. So doing this dungeon and fighting Barbaricia and winning before you go for the Excalibur would give you an upgrade to your Knight. Now, if you have access to the Katana or the Excalibur, I'm pretty sure those two are better than Braveheart, or at least very comparable. So, that's kind of disappointing. I wish I had a save file with someone that could equip it. Let me, I don't think I have any... No, I don't have any, like, normal parties available to just check. Sometimes I've got, like, an end-of-the-game file that I could just check out on. So anyway, that's 10 floors. I'm going to try to do the other 10 right now in today's episode, quick. There'll be less stopping to talk about the items and less gathering up the items, because the floors are generated randomly. Whether or not you have access to the rare chest on, or the rare treasure on the floor you're on is completely up to the RNG gods. I guess, no, I'm not going to worry about picking up the chest. I told you what some of the items are. Because we're not doing a multi-class party, it's really hard to demonstrate what they all do. Just trust me when I say the Braveheart's pretty good, and some of those extra items, like the Sage's Surplus and stuff, I actually would like to have access to, just so I could boost up the White Wizard's intelligence if we wanted. And you can see our world map is different this time, isn't it? Like, this is definitely a different layout. Let's see if I get a little bit luckier. Oh, much better. I'm not going to worry about getting the treasure. We're just getting out of there. Alright, good. This is the one with the exit on the bottom, I think. Phoenix Down. Eventually, if you do these floors enough, you sort of memorize the basic layout of the different maps. And then it's not so hard to grab a couple treasures and get out. Or, if you know there's treasure you want, specifically go get all the chests and hope you get lucky on the drop. But, I still haven't... Yeah, now we start on the far side of the, what do we got? Whatever we want to call this one, the spike tile level. So now I have to go through a much longer escape sequence, waiting for people to get out of the way, so that I can get past them. And this is sometimes easier just to go through the spikes. Because they're also very easy fights. It's just, I think it's this way. This is, I think, where we started approximately last time. And, oh, not quite. I just find waiting for the people is so obnoxious, I would rather fight it out. This is where we started, right? Yeah. And you can get kind of pinned in, so you have to walk through a spike tile, so... Yeah, this is not the worst level, but it certainly can get frustrating. Alright, boss fight. We made it through a lot faster this time. This is going a lot better. So, what do you think we'll find? You know, there's only 2 fiends left. What do you think we'll get in the north side? What a treat. Scarmiglion. The Fiend of Earth is actually one of the most dangerous ones. If you're trying to fight this with a normal mixed party at low levels, this guy, maybe not this guy specifically, but this encounter is way worse, in my opinion, than Ignacio. The water guy is kind of a puppy compared to this guy. So if you remember your Final Fantasy IV, something fun's going to happen once we kill him. And we probably want to have good HP before that happens. His Thunder, I think that's... Is it single target? I think that's single target at least. So if you're playing with a group of 4, it'll do more damage, obviously. So Null Shock would be valuable. But you should probably be able to heal people through that without too much problem. But then, of course, there's more. So now he gets his true form, and you lose all your buffs, so you have to rebuff up if you do that sort of thing. Oops, that's the wrong spell. Poison gas is the problem, actually. So we've seen this. That's the attack the green dragons or gas dragons have. It's really bad on a group because you don't have any real protection to it, and 150, like, that's a max level character. It's probably going to do more like 200 to 300 damage. So you're basically going to be stuck having your white mage cast Heliga every turn here until he stops doing that. So this is your first probably really hard boss fight, I would suggest. Harder than anything we've seen up this far, because he uses poison gas so much. Now the good news is I don't think he has that many HP, but it's really going to strain your healing. So if you've got a red wizard that can heal, maybe tag team with the white wizard to try to, you know, spam those party heals, because it's hard enough healing one person, but imagine that was hitting the whole party every turn. And he just loves to spam it. That's the problem. Like, he uses it way too much. Alright, that's done. And I don't think there's any spell, like, you can't cast Null Shock and take less damage. You know, you gotta just take the damage. I don't think Null All will do anything to stuff like that. Although, I guess I should have tested it out, to be fair. Let's just go through this cave quick. We're already, like, at about 30 minutes, so I kind of want to zip through the rest of the Hellfire Cave. You know, if we got lucky and saw some cool treasure, I wouldn't be upset, but I'd rather not waste too much time. Just, you know, if you want to see all the random drops, I welcome you to go get them all. It's just, it's going to take a long time on a Let's Play to get everything. Like, 100% item playthrough of this game is actually quite difficult. Hey, look! At the lower levels, you fight a silver dragon. They're actually pretty strong comparatively. But, we're not going to worry about that either. Alright, through the maze. This is the top level, or the second level of the volcano with all the mazes. Fortunately, I should know my way through this thing pretty quick. Let's pick up the treasure chest. There's pretty much always one chest there. And those are nice. Like, extra strength does translate into extra attack damage. Every 2 points of strength, I believe, is 1 more damage. So, even as a Masamune White Wizard, those are quite valuable to pick up if you find them. Alright, the last floor. This is the one with the little treasure room, so I guess we should go pick that up. Maybe we'll get something good. Sadly, not too good. Same thing as last time. Did we have this floor on level 9 last time as well? It's supposed to be randomized. This is not randomized. Is this even random? Alright, so... Is there anything else worth checking? I think that's the only place with chests in here, so... Anyway, let's do it! Final floor for the second time. Final boss of the Hellfire. Who do you think I left for last in the Hellfire Chasm? It's almost like I planned it. The boss music even starts playing, and we get some cool boss music and a cool boss fight. Well, if you guessed Rubicant, the Fiend of Fire, you obviously played Final Fantasy IV once before, and you've kept track. So, Rubicant, I would expect Null Blaze would be your friend if you don't have ribbons. Or, ice armor, I guess. But you have to do the Ice Cave first, so you should have Ice Armor and Ice Shields, so I don't see why you would get here without those. But yeah, Fyra, Farraga, he likes to use his fire magic. He might be weak to ice, he might not. In, you know, Final Fantasy IV, he had different forms with his cloak, where he'd protect himself with his cloak and whatnot, and that would kind of change his elemental weaknesses a little bit. In this game, I don't think there's anything to worry about like that. I mean, technically, I could use Ice 2. Oh, Scorch! That's actually a pretty strong spell, too. Yeah, that's not going to be as good as buffed up Masamune there. Unfortunately, that's just kind of the nature of the boss fights. Magic rarely does enough damage to actually significantly impact boss HP. And this is why I decided to go White Mage. It's so much easier to just Curaja up during these tough boss fights. And I'd have to be using consumables if I was running as a solo knight. Now, the solo knight would be doing a bit more damage, but otherwise probably taking more damage from magic, and having to heal the slow way with high potions and stuff a lot of the time. I guess the Red Wizard might have been the best choice, but the Red Wizard doesn't get access to Cure Aja. He only gets access to Cure Aga. Now, does that heal 999? I don't know. Probably not. No, not even close. So, yeah, if you had a Red Wizard, you'd be better at healing than a lot of classes, and you'd have access to Saber, so you wouldn't have to use the Giant's Glove, and you could haste, and hasting would be quite helpful. But, yeah. Anyway, Kiku Ichimonji. So, again, that's another upgrade for your ninja. This one actually might be stronger than the katana. Don't quote me, but I think it might be. The Braveheart and the Kiki Ichimonji, I forget. I think they're good if you come here before the end of the vanilla game, but maybe not very good if you come after you've got Excalibur and the katana, or Sasuke's blade in this game. On the other hand, they might both slightly edge those out, I forget. So, anyway, that's just, there you are. And that's technically your 4th ribbon. So the other good reason to kill Rubicant is in a party of 4, that's your access to 4 ribbons. So the vanilla game only had 3, and one of your characters always had to go with less elemental protection. In this game, you can get 4, which is pretty cool. So I would definitely suggest doing the Hellfire Chasm probably as early as you feel safe doing it with a normal party. And if you have a knight or a ninja, maybe try to get it done early, because I think the Braveheart and the Kiku Ichimonji are both quite good weapons. And then the other thing, like, because those are guaranteed, you can definitely get them, assuming you can win the fights. The other stuff, the Twist Headband, Sage's Miter, Sage's Surplus, those are nice, but they require some luck, and I wouldn't worry about those too much unless you get lucky, or unless you really want to grind it out. I'm not a fan of doing the same level over and over and over again. Okay, well, we're going to end the episode here. 2 bonus dungeons down, 2 to go. I guess I'll see you there next episode. So thanks for watching. This is the water one. I gotta remember where I parked my ship, actually. Probably over by where the floater is, right? And we get to use the ship again, finally, after all this time. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you next time for the 3rd watery... This is where it gets hard. This is the water bonus dungeon bosses are the fights that I was actually worried about whether or not it's going to be possible as a solo run. So we'll find out. Earth and fire, not too bad solo. I wasn't terribly worried. But water and wind, things are going to get a little more interesting. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.